Fulani Cabal have issued a threat that starting from April 7, 2025, they will start attacking churches in the north if Islamic law is not accepted in Nigeria. A viral post calls for attacks on churches in northern Nigeria on April 7, 2025, sparking security concerns. Similar warnings were issued before the deadly Christmas Eve attack in Plateau State, which killed 140 people. A critic highlights religious tensions in Nigeria and questions why churches are being targeted, emphasizing that both Christians and Muslims have suffered violence. A Facebook page, Arewa Republic, is spreading messages of division, claiming Muslims were attacked by Igbo settlers in Uromi, Edo State. The critic argues that Nigeria was never meant to be a single country and that most Nigerians now support breaking it up. The critic accuses the Nigerian government, security agencies, and Britain of ignoring ethnic and religious divisions, leading to worsening instability. The critic asserts that Nigeria has been in decline since its creation, with systemic corruption benefiting only a few elites. The critic claims that Nigerian politicians, including President Tinubu, have admitted that one Nigeria cannot work, but still uphold the status quo for personal gain. The critic dismisses prayers for Nigeria, arguing that only political and structural changes will fix the country's problems. He believes Nigeria is on the verge of collapse due to its weak foundations, and that the best solution is for ethnic groups to go their separate ways. In Nigeria today, tensions have reached a boiling point that threatens to upend the fragile balance between its many communities. A recent warning from a group identifying itself as part of a Fulani Cabal has set alarm bells ringing throughout the nation. This group declared that starting from April 7, 2025, they will launch attacks on all churches in the northern part of Nigeria if the country does not embrace Islamic law. The warning came in a viral social media post and has sparked widespread security concerns across Nigeria, a nation already familiar with the scars of religious and ethnic conflicts. I have been following the unfolding situation with a mix of concern and curiosity, as Nigeria's history is replete with episodes of violence that have left deep marks on the national psyche. In this instance, the warning recalls the deadly attack in Plateau State on Christmas Eve, when a tragic incident claimed the lives of 140 people. That earlier event still resonates with many Nigerians, as it is a stark reminder of how quickly violence can escalate in an already divided society. The threat, as detailed in a recent video report that I watched, was not a mere rant, but appeared to be a calculated and public declaration of intent. The speaker in the video stressed the seriousness of the threat by highlighting that every threat, regardless of its perceived scale, must be taken seriously. He recounted how, before the Plateau State attack, there were similar warnings posted on social media that eventually turned into deadly actions. The mention of a previous incident lent weight to the current warning and left many people wondering whether history might repeat itself if calm and effective responses are not quickly organized. The social media post in question was published on a Facebook page called Arewa Republic, a name that immediately brings to mind discussions about self-determination and regional autonomy within Nigeria. The page is known for its advocacy of a more divided Nigeria, where various ethnic and religious groups are allowed to pursue their interests independently. This is a contentious issue, as Nigeria was conceived as a single nation composed of many diverse groups. Critics argue that the idea of dividing Nigeria along ethnic or religious lines only deepens existing rifts. Nonetheless, the message on Arewa Republic is clear. If Islamic law is not adopted in Nigeria, the Fulani Cabal is prepared to act with violence against churches in the northern region. In the video report, the speaker carefully guided his audience through the details of the warning, making it clear that the threat was not isolated to an individual's personal grievance, but part of a broader security dilemma. He explained that discussions in mosques and public gatherings had already started to touch on issues of perceived injustice, particularly in relation to incidents that have inflamed religious tensions. One of the incidents mentioned was the alleged attack on Muslims by individuals identified as Igbo settlers in Uromi, Edo State. This accusation, whether fully substantiated or not, adds another layer of complexity to the already volatile situation. What is particularly striking about the warning is that it does not exist in a vacuum. The speaker made a passionate appeal by emphasizing that violence is not simply a matter of religious differences, but is deeply intertwined with Nigeria's history of systemic corruption and ethnic divisions. He pointed out that since Nigeria's creation, the country has suffered from a weakening foundation, where political and economic power has been concentrated in the hands of a few elite individuals. These same individuals, according to the speaker, have done little to alleviate the deep-seated issues that have led to the current state of unrest. The speaker also mentioned that political leaders such as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have implicitly acknowledged that the ideal of a one Nigeria is no longer viable. He referenced statements made by President Tinubu in the past, suggesting that the president recognized the inherent limitations of a united Nigeria given the country's diverse and often conflicting interests. This acknowledgement, combined with decades of unaddressed grievances, has led many to believe that the current threat is not merely about religion, but is also a reflection of Nigeria's broader political and structural failures. There is a palpable sense of urgency in the speaker's tone when he speaks of the future. He argued that the warning should be taken as a call to action for those who have long been advocating for change. The speaker expressed his deep frustration with a system that appears indifferent to the suffering of its people. He criticized the Nigerian government, its security agencies, and even external influences such as the British colonial legacy, which he believes continue to exacerbate the country's divisions. In his view, the entrenched system is one that benefits only a small group of elites, while the majority of Nigerians are left to bear the burden of systemic decay and insecurity. Throughout his presentation, the speaker used personal and relatable language to connect with his audience. He explained that he had seen firsthand the effects of violence in Nigeria. He recounted disturbing images of mob attacks and the chaos that ensued when security agencies failed to act in time. His recollections were not just reports of past events, but a stark reminder of the potential for history to repeat itself. For him, every life lost in the cycle of violence is a tragedy that could have been prevented if political and social structures had been reformed. He also addressed the broader issue of self-determination. He argued passionately that every ethnic group in Nigeria has the right to govern itself independently if that is what it truly desires. In his view, the idea that Nigeria must remain a single unified country is a relic of a bygone era, and many Nigerians now support the notion of dividing the country along ethnic lines. This perspective, while controversial, resonates with a significant portion of the population who feel marginalized by the current political system. The speaker's personal tone, infused with both empathy and a call for radical change, struck a chord with his listeners, many of whom have grown tired of the perpetual instability. The warning about an impending attack on churches in the north is not simply a threat to a particular religious group. It is a mirror reflecting the deep divisions that have long plagued Nigeria. The Fulani Cabal's threat, whether it is carried out or not, has the potential to ignite a spiral of violence that could engulf the nation. This is not just a matter of religious conflict, but a broader crisis of governance, social justice, and national identity.
The reason why I want you to pay attention and take this video serious is because you never can tell if someone is just bragging or someone mean his threat. Okay? There is no little threat. There is no grievous threat. Every threat is a threat. Okay? Now, in Plateau State, before they carried out an attack on Christmas Eve that killed 140 persons. There was, an information. There was a letter. Some persons even posted it on social media, on Facebook, that they are coming to attack the community, and they did. Now, my attention has been drawn about the declaration of war on the 7th of April, that is next week, Friday, that they are going to declare war to attack all the whole Christians in the north. Now, this picture you are seeing on Facebook, now, this is what it reads. We are inviting all Muslims. 7th of April, there is war in every church in northern Nigeria. We are inviting all Muslims. 7th of April, there is war in every church in northern Nigeria. Now, why is this person calling for war against the Christians in the north? Okay, follow me in this video step by step so that you will understand every details that I am going to give you. Now, who is this person? I will not go more into his identity. You have seen the picture. You can go to Facebook and check it by yourself. So this video is not all about personal, individual, but it's all about security. Okay. Now, let us understand the reason why this person is preparing for war. Okay. In the afternoon, I was told that what happened in Uromi is being discussed in the mosque. Okay. Now, maybe what was discussed in the mosque is what this guy posted, that on 17th of April, that they are inviting all the Muslims, that there will be war in every church. Why are they targeting churches? Now, I really want to let people to understand that the people who carry out the mob action in Uromi, most of them are still Muslims. So, if you are calling on war against Christians, do you know that one of your Muslim brother, the person you are seeing on the screen right now, is one of the people? Okay, however, I will not put it on the screen for security purpose. Okay, but I have one of the pictures of people who carried out the attack. If police want it, I can give it to police. The picture, they took the picture, and one of them, according to the picture, is a Muslim. So what are you trying to tell us, that it is a Christian or Muslim war? People are trying to turn it into a religious war, but it is a warning. This was how the Plateau people were warned, and it happened. Okay, now this account is Arewa Republic. This Arewa Republic, I don't know who is handling it, but this Facebook account has ability to appeal to wider audience, so people follow it, and it's an account of self-determination of Arewa Republic. Now, this is what they posted, according to the translation. Blood is thicker than water. There were 24 Hausas Muslims eager to return for Sanda to their homes, to their families, to their mothers, daughters, and wives, but their lives were cut short by the Igbo settlers in Uromi. That caught my attention. By the Igbo settlers of Uromi. I am not a security expert, but we must talk reality out of issues. From my little knowledge about security, all these things are, the little smoke of the fire that is burning. There is war already. Okay? There is war already. Now, people that died, every soul matters a lot. As I said, I don't support crime. I don't support mob action. I don't support anything evil. Okay? I hate evil. That is why I am taking interest on security of lives and property. Everything about insecurity, I report it. Okay? Now, when you look at this write-up, what has this to do with Igbos? What has this to do with Igbos? And I learned that among the people who carried out this thing is an Hausa man. Whether it's it is difficult to differentiate between Hausa, Fulani, or whether it's Kanuri, but from the northern extraction. Okay? Because time will come, people must know the truth. Now, you see, in the month of Ramadan, in hunger and thirst, the heartless murderers did not pity them. They dragged them through the streets of Uromi, beating them with logs of wood. We saw the video, okay? We saw the video. But what has the Uromi matter has to do with Igbos? Uromi is Edo State. The Uromis are not even Igbo. For example, it happened in Agbo. Maybe you could say Agbo is an Igbo speaking, that is in Delta State, Delta North. But Uromi is far in Edo State. So calling Uromi people, Igbos, is a kind of something that doesn't make sense. Meaning, you people have been looking for opportunity to fight Igbos. That is what it just means, okay? Now, this is what they also post in this Arewa Republic. So we are going back home. We deserve freedom and dignity. Arewa Republic now. That is lovable. Everybody have right for self-determination. Everybody have the right for self-determination. You can agitate and negotiate for Arewa Republic. Everybody will love it. The Oduduwa Republic can negotiate and agitate for their own. The Biafrans, everybody, every ethnic group has the right to agitate. Nobody is against that. And the purpose they did it is because of what is happening. That is why this thing is coming out. Now, this is another one. Say to divide Nigeria is a tax that must be done. We cannot continue like this. Arewa Republic now. Before people begin to talk about the division of Nigeria, I really want to let people to know that 90% of Nigeria at this moment wants Nigeria to divide. Nobody wants to remain in this shenanigan. It doesn't make sense. We were not created to be enemies, but we were not created to be in one country. That is the truth. Because I can see myself going to Dubai, going to Qatar, going to Saudi Arabia, enjoying holidays there, go to everywhere and come back. If Arewa Republic is a country, I can see myself going there to tour the sands in the north deserts like they do in Dubai and come back. But, you know, the amalgamation of Nigeria has done evil to this entity called Nigeria, but people are yet to understand it. We were never meant to remain in one country, but we were not created to be enemies. People should get this fact correct. Okay? We were created differently, different ideology, different set of education. You see, Boko Haram has been fighting tirelessly because they are talking about, you know, Western education is a sin. We don't have one faculty. People should understand this. It has nothing to do with bigotry. I love people from Qatar. By the way, one of my friends is from Saudi Arabia, born and brought up in Saudi Arabia. From Saudi Arabia there. He talks English very well. We discuss. We talk about issues that affect, you know, inter-religion, social culture. We discuss. That is how things are supposed to be. But if you can join Iran and America, that the world war will start. Both of them can be in one country. But if both of them can come down to their senses, they can have mutual relations. That is how life is supposed to be. But with all these things, the reason why I'm drawing the attention of people to this is because the threats that people are talking about, whether you like it or not, is real. Okay? So that was what happened in Plateau State and different part of Plateau. People were just saying, just forget about it. But what happened? Why that was happening, they gave the security agencies 33 distress call and they did not respond. So it was a plan, they colluded with them. And not only that, I still want to let people know that despite all souls are very important. The rate at which this is going viral is alarming. Now, every soul is important. Nobody deserves to die. But people are dying in Nigeria every day. People are dying in Nigeria every day, of which people are not supposed to die. But we should treat everybody equal. Nobody came out to say we are going to burn the whole mosque in the south because the brother was killed. We didn't say we are going to do this because it's not important. We were not created to be enemies. But we were never meant to be in one country. So we can't say because, oh, Deborah was killed, she was born and died, so every mosque in the south, let us go and burn it. That is barbaric. It has no place. Okay? So, but people who are calling for war, nobody is afraid of war any longer. Nobody is afraid of war any longer. This is 2025. Okay? War has gone spiritual. War has gone technological. And war has gone beyond what people think or reason. So, nobody is afraid of war. But it's not important. Okay? It's not important. I do not blame people who are now calling for war, who are calling for different kind of things. I blame the system. I blame Britain, who amalgamated Nigeria. They fully know that this can't work up to today. But Britain gave an exact date where people should come together to discuss whether Nigeria should be one or not. That is after 100 years. Consult your lawyer, ask him about this. But people are, too blind to understand the reality we are passing through. Now, let me tell you, when are we going to stop living in falsehood? We have been living in falsehood for long. Every day of our life, we are living in falsehood. It has to stop. Yeah, I said so. We are living in falsehood. It has to stop. Tinubu knows that Nigeria is not going to work. When they chased him out of Nigeria, when he was a senator, after Abionda's election, he made one statement, and I quote him: "One Nigeria can never work." I don't believe in one Nigeria. That was the exact statement Tinubu made. But today is your president. We are living in falsehood. You and I know that this country will never work. You and I know. Since I was born till today, I have been seeing retrogression, not progression in Nigeria. Every day, even while I was growing up, every day we are kneeling down praying. If you are a Catholic and you were born and brought up, those 90s Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria, they brought a prayer. We are praying prayer for Nigeria in distress, all powerful, never living God we do, and always to give you thanks, blah, 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 blah. We pray God should protect Nigeria from chaos, anarchy, and doom, blah, 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 blah. The more you pray, the more the doom comes. We are living in the doom days. The more you pray, the more the doom comes. So, here we are today. It's not a matter of prayer. It's a matter of common sense. Everybody must come to their senses. The politicians should come to their senses. That your evil agenda, your power, power is, you can't see when you have power. It is very hard for you to see. Someone like Wike, the supreme leader of Nigerian judiciary, that is whom he is. You can't have case in court with Wike and you will win him. Look at how he's using the judiciary to throw PDP off balance, to throw River State into chaos. Look at what is just going on. We don't have any country at all. People will die, nobody will talk. And thank you, people have seen the result of silence. Silence is dangerous. Silence is dangerous. Governor will not talk, local government chairman will not talk, the president will not talk. This is where it is. People have resolved to self-help because no help. Police can't, military can't, DSS can't, nobody is doing anything at all. So people die in the villages, their life doesn't matter, and you think the villagers will continue. See, let me tell you, the worst is happening in Nigeria already. The Fulani terrorists are killing, they are kidnapping. What is the crime of the villagers? What is the crime of people from the Middle Belt, from the South, even people from the North as well, who are victims of all these things? What is their crime? Because they were born and brought up from Nigeria. Nigeria kills dream. Nigeria kills destiny. Nigeria have destroyed more life than the people he made. The people who benefited from Nigeria benefited through fraud, like Dangote Elumeluden. Dangote confessed during IBB birthday that IBB made them, gave them oil blocks, gave them bank licenses, and they gave him only 1 million naira each. They said that openly. This is a complete fraud. We are living in falsehood. No country will progress like this. When a foundation is destroyed, if you like, build a foundation for your bathing room, just to construct a public bathroom, and start building a skyscraper on top of that foundation. People are dreaming progress. People are dreaming that Nigeria should be great. But on what foundation? On what foundation? On what foundation do you want Nigeria to be great? Building a skyscraper on a toilet foundation? You are kidding me. You people are jokers. You people are jokers. As far as I'm concerned, it's going to collapse. It's not going to work. It's going to collapse. No matter the amount of repair you will put on it, when it collapses, everybody inside will die. Few will survive it. So the best thing you need to do, everybody will come down from the upstairs and get it destroyed. People who want to go and buy a house, another place you go and buy. People who want to go anywhere they want to go, you are free to go. So what I'm trying to say is that I repeat this. I don't have water in my mouth. We were not created to be enemies, but we were never meant to be in one country.
Ƙasar nan ta rubu, a raba ta kawai. Wallahi, a ra'ayina da masu ra'ayi irin nawa, ƙasar nan ta rubu, a raba ta kawai. A raba ta, Oduduwa su ɗauki nasu, Biafra su ɗauki nasu, mu musulmi mu ɗauki namu. Wallahi wannan shine solution. A raba ta, a raba ƙasar, wannan shine ra'ayinmu, a raba ta. Su ci man su umma mai ɗin ne. A bar mu da shanunmu, a bar mu da wakenmu, a bar mu da gyaɗanmu, a bar mu da shinkafanmu, a bar mu da dawanmu, a bar mu da geronmu. Ku je ku ci fetur ɗin, ku je ku ci. A raba ƙasar, mu samu mu dabbaka shari'a musulunci. Ba wata shegiya Ngozi ko Dabora da za ta zo ta fi tsirara suke rabin mamanta a waje ta bata tarbiyyar ƴaƴanmu ta bata, ba shegin da ta yi haka da sunan constitution ya bada right. Babu wannan. A rabu kawai, wallahi rabuwar ƙasa ne shine alheri ga musulunci ga musulmai, wallahi tallahi shine. Kuma shine munafukan cikin mu da su ƙara bayyana mu gano su, ko kudu ko arewa. wallahi a raba ta, domin ba za mu yarda ana kashe mana 'yan uwan musulmi ba, mu kuma su suna zaune a nan lafiya, ba zai yi ba. Gwamnati ki ta kinnot, ba za mu yarda ba, ba za mu yadda a kashe mutane musu suna zaune a lafiya suna ɗebe matattalin arzikin ƙasa ba za mu yadda ba wannan ba. An fa zo wajen red line, ba za mu yadda da wannan ba, shine gaskiyar magana, ba za mu yadda ba. Yawwa, ko da a yi stopping ko kuma a yi yaƙi, wannan shine gaskiyar magana. Wallahi.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.